Why is it that these people always mess up the start of my programme by giving you the football results? I can tell you, which they didn't though, that Swansea won the Welsh Cup final. In tonight's programme we have only one session from the farm, Merseyside Faves, because later on Bob George is going to bring us the latest brave sounds from the Americas. And amongst the records that I'll be playing, got things from King Sunny A Day, The Three Johns, The Mad Professor, Xmal Deutschland, Play Dead, The Chameleons, Naturalites and Paul Haig. And we're starting the programme for a bit of a change with an oldie.
Turn till you're back to back. You move your feet and then you don't look back. You do the Mojo workout. Well, the Mojo workout. You do the Mojo workout till you just can't work no more. You shuffle right back and you hold on tight. A popping and a hopping from a left to right. You snap your fingers and turn all around. You do a little chicken, then you holler out loud. You do the Mojo workout. Oh, workout now. Yeah, chicken was never like this. Woo. There's one more thing that you gotta learn to do. You stomp and you romp and you do the Gucci goo. You wiggle and you turn and away you go. That's the way you do the Mojo. You do the Mojo workout. I mean the Mojo workout. You do the Mojo workout till you just can't work no more.
That's one of a series of records which I've been carrying backwards and forwards between home and the BBC because I was supposed to play it in some feature that the Laird has at the weekend. Something like Collector's Corner, is that what
Collector's
it's called?
Choice.
Collector's Choice. And I was so fed up with waiting for him to actually get round to doing these things that I thought I'd better play it, you know, before it crumbled away and turned to dust like some terrible artefact from an Egyptian tomb. What am I trying to say? Anyway, that was Larry Bright and Mojo Workout, the name of it. And the most gratifying news of the day for me was the fact that at number 37 in the new chart, as unveiled several times in the course of the day on Radio 1, is this.
Is it worth it? A new winter coat and shoes for the wife. A bicycle on the boy's birthday. It's just a rumour that was spread around town by the women and children. Soon we'll be shipbuilding. Well, I ask you, the boy said that they're going to take me to task. It's just a rumour that was spread around town. Somebody said that someone got filled in for saying that people get killed in the result of the shipbuilding. With all the will in the world, diving for birds.
Should have happened the first time around, but better late than never. Robert Wyatt, and on Rough Trade Records, of course, Shipbuilding, number 37 in the charts. And Robert not on top of the pops this week, I'm advised, but he may be next week. I certainly hope so. He certainly deserves to be. This is Paul Haig, and maybe this will be in the charts. It's not in the charts, is it? This
Not yet.
Haig? Not yet, OK. Heaven Sent. He's so positive, isn't he? Terrific.
Running away to get away. You're wearing out your shoes.
That's it, playing. Yeah, that's how negative I am. I was really pleased in that house, listeners. I think it's made the unspeakable cur really happy. This is Heaven Sent. This is Paul Haig. Whenever you like, Paul, you know.
Go for it.
Well, eventually we got there. That's Paul Haig, Les Disques du Crépuscule, and Heaven Sent. And the lad was telling me that Paul's recording a session for his programme this Thursday to go out soonest, as they say. And earlier on this evening, I was talking on the phone to one of the members of the Orson family, and he was saying something like, "Come on, fat boy, when are you going to play the record?" And I said, "Well, actually, last night." That's not what he said at all. He was absolutely charming. And but he did say they've got 1 or 2 gigs coming up that he thought I might like to mention to you. And one of these is at the Garage Club in Brixton on the 27th of Friday, the Clarendon in Hammersmith on the 30th of Monday, and the Greyhound Fulham on June the 7th. And for those of you, and of course it's the vast majority of you who don't live in London, you will be pleased to hear that they're playing in Le Havre the week after that, the place where after the Le Mans 24-hour race 3 years ago, I danced in the fountain, something I've always wanted to do, and caught a cold, you'd be surprised to hear. From the Naturalites, my favourite record of the moment. This is on Realistics Records, and if you don't like this, there is something very seriously wrong with you. This is called Picture on the Wall.
Do you have a picture of His Majesty Rasta?
Yes, I am, Jalil.
And do you have a picture of His Majesty Dre?
Yes, I am. Jai is really nice.
And do you have a picture of His Majesty Rassis?
Yes, I am.
Because the whole world see I know
this afternoon as I was cycling across London, I was very, very pleased to pass on my bicycle something which I took initially at least, to be the Rastafarian ambassador, and of course it was the Ethiopian ambassador, and I looked in the back and I was rather disappointed to see a rather neat, small man dressed in a suit that was distinctly Babylonian. That was Natural Ites on Realistics Records, a 12-inch, and Picture on the Wall, the title of it. And the first coming up from the farm, that's Joe Musker percussion, Tony Evans trumpet, George Marr trumpet, Andy McVan on drums, Steve Grimes guitar, Phil Stevenson on bass, and Peter Hooton on vocals. And we've now got, apparently, according to reports coming out of Liverpool, to learn to call him Hooto. I'm not quite sure that I can come to terms with that. But from the farm, some memories. That's the first from the farm, Hooto and the boys, and Memories, the name of it. And what was I going to do next? I've lost my place entirely here. As last night I mentioned that I hadn't had the New Model Army single, and one of those extraordinary coincidences, today it arrives. And what I'd really like is a Ferrari. Will it work again? No, I think it's unlikely. Anyway, this is the New Model Army single, and it's called Bittersweet.
Everything kind of fell into place. Now this feeling won't leave me.
Bittersweet, and that's New Model Army, and if you get hold of one of the early copies of the record, not exactly sure how many this applies to, but you get a flexi disc with it as well. The band recorded live and performing Fashion and Cause, and that's on Quiet Records, so my thanks to them for whizzing it round. And a week or so ago, or perhaps it was longer ago than that, I played a record by the Mechanical Servants, which I used to play quite a lot a year or so ago when it first came out from New York. And actually from, I think it was Saratoga Springs, New York to be exact, and I was wondering aloud what the combo were up to these days, and it turns out that one of them, Pamela, is in this country, and she wrote to me and she says, I'm living almost in Coventry and still churning it out. I bought this record all around but no joy. This is the one that I'm about to play you by an ensemble called Wonders of the Deep. Says, wrong hairdo, please give this disc a spin. Me and Johnny worked real hard on it. That's the way they talk over there, real hard. And anyway, I'm still alive and kicking. Thanks for playing the Mechanical Servants. They don't make them like that anymore. Indeed, they don't, Pamela, but thanks for bringing this around anyway. And this is, as I say, Wonders of the Deep, Love in the Jet Age.
Distance, physical distance is no obstacle on this planet today. But distance of an emotional nature, that's something else again. We call it necessity. We wanted its privacy. This is love in the jet age, never in control. I must be driven. Why must I be a passenger with no measure of control? Always being driven. Why is love in the jet age like being sideswiped on a beltway? I kept returning to the scene of the accident. This attraction proved fatal to me. This is love in the jet age, never in control. I must be driven. Why must I be a passenger with no measure of control? Always being driven. Since I saw your face at that intimate angle and explored your terrain, became accustomed to the climate, the mood familiar. You breathe so evenly, don't go to sleep. Stay awake and talk to me. I'm in love with the jet age, out of control. I must
Wonders of the Deep, and that's from a 12-inch EP. Not easy to get hold of, I must say, and that's called Love in the Jet Age. And I just thought I'd play that by way of playing something, which derives originally from New York and is pretty obscure and hard to get hold of, just to, like, wrong foot Bob George before he starts speaking. And we go even further than that, because the first record he brought in said, hey, you're really going to like this, it's a bit of a joke. Said, we played it weeks ago. Well, we'll play it again anyway. I mean, you can talk about it, which I couldn't.
Well, it's just... It's a sound that you don't hear very much. People are pretty polite here. But this is car horns that are hooked up to a keyboard, and it's by artist Wendy Chambers, and it's playing our national anthem, and there's no need to stand up.
Okay, I don't know what gave you the impression that people are pretty polite here, but let's go anyway. That's excellent stuff, actually. As I said, we did play it before. But,
Real harmony.
Yes, indeed. Now, does she go out and about on the streets of old New York?
Yeah, there's a great picture on the cover. It shows the opinions, I think, that both you seem to elicit. It says one person holding their ears and one person really smiling and sort of applauding.
Yeah, that's why I asked you, actually, because I remember seeing the picture. But they actually go out, because in London, certainly, you'd probably be taken in for doing that.
Yeah, I think so. But again, I just don't notice people beeping their horns much when they're in a bit of trouble on the traffic here.
Well, she'd go and do this where? So like Central Park and places.
Well,
like
any park, yeah. There's lots of little parks.
Do you have to have permits to do it, or you can just go and do it?
If you dress up goofy enough, you can do anything.
That's a great philosophy for life, isn't it? I mean, what happens? You just get moved on here and taken.
Right.
Have you a permit? One of those.
Yeah, I saw a wonderful thing last night. There was a kid throwing pebbles at somebody's window, like, trying to get his girlfriend's attention.
Vandalism. Oh, I see.
No. He might have been trying to break in, but basically he was doing this really gentle thing, and then along came a bobby and stopped him and asked him for his name and ID and everything. So my heart went out to him.
Ah. Okay, so what have we got next? What's this next little album?
The next one is the Moral Lepers. This is a bit of a cheat because these people are from British Columbia. It's a 5-piece all-woman band. And they're sort of, I guess, come out of a more folk tradition, but it's a pretty good little song. The
irritating thing is that you come along and you play, and that's not the one.
No, here it
is.
is.
Look at the sleeve. You come along and you play these really interesting things, and then I spend months trying to get hold of them and eventually give up.
I put them on my sheets.
Yes, I realise you put them on your sheets. This is technical talk, listeners. What I mean is so that we can pay them money for playing their records. But what I mean is I try to get hold of copies of the records and often can't. But, okay, so anything else you want to tell us about these people?
No, it's from Mojo Records, which is a very small label. And again, 5 women from British Columbia. It's cold, all of it.
Body, bass, drum beats like blood in your tempo. Lead guitar like nerves on fire. Music is your body, bass, drum beats like blood in your tempo. Lead guitar like nerves on fire. The power that I use is the product of a culture that kills and screws all the people of the world for the comfort of the few. But you know I use the power to scream against them louder. Silence lives without you like a tree in the forest fallen. When you're not around to hear it make a sound, no. Black man's blues got stole by Elvis, sold for black velvet pictures of his mother. Fashion loves to take what's real and crush it dry.
That is really very good indeed, that, actually. I
Yeah.
like that a lot. Who are they again?
They are the Moral Lepers.
And what,
Obviously, a name like that, they're not going to get far.
do,
I mean, self-defeating in some ways, but good. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to us, but it makes it a little tougher.
well, there's nobody in this country that's making music like that.
Well, I've noticed. I mean, what seems to me very strange is all the crooners. This sort of sounds like old Brian Ferry stuff to me. A lot of what's in the top 10.
Yeah, there's
And-
a lot of very neat music about, and
Yeah.
not a lot of passion I've
Well,
noticed.
the next one is totally undisciplined. Another sloppy sound from Philadelphia. I think you played the Stickmen before.
He
From
really
Philadelphia.
wants to get on with this, doesn't he? You know, I'm trying to rap, you know, and trying to be laid back, and you know, like that. And he
Well,
just
yeah.
push. Okay, let's get on with it then. What
Well,
is
you're
it?
always cutting my time, right? And I'd rather play the music than talk.
Okay. All right, let's
This
put
is-
me in my place. I was just going to start talking about positive punk, you know. But
Anyway, this
we'll
is the
move on.
Bunnydrums and Shiver.
Okay, hit it. This is really irritating, you know. Why is it these swine don't send me the records? Because that's the two best records I've played in months. The only records I get from America, terribly wimpy bands from Florida, like who sound like Jay and the Americans, you know, and they send me every record they make, which I don't want. Things like this, I don't care.
Well, it's strange because it's wild, but it's not that syntho beat, and yet they left a drum track at the end, so you could mix it in a dance club in a dance situation. I think there's something a little rougher happening that still is like working as dance music, but not so crisp.
That's right.
So-
That's wonderful. As I say, I like both of those a lot. Those people were the Bunnydrums. Now they sent me an earlier single that they did, I think, which I played a couple of times.
Yeah.
And they wrote to me. I still remember them writing to me and saying, "Hey, thanks for playing the other ones." So
Well, I think
didn't they
maybe people do send you things, John, but just you have so much. And if you don't get back to them, they just can't keep doing it.
Yeah, well,
right?
I think I'd remember. I think I'm not that.
Okay, next.
I think we should.
Mood of Defiance. Now, this is a band that when they use the female singer, it's called Mood of Defiance, and when they don't, they're a straight hardcore band from California called Anti, I think it is. And again, every song has a little strange intro or a little bit different, and then this one you'll see the voice. It sounds like, do you remember the Avengers?
Yes, I do.
Which were a San Francisco band right at the very, I guess, 77. So it has a little bit of that flavor to it. But so it's rough again, but it's not hardcore. And I forget the name of the women singer. Her name is Hatha.
Okay. Well, I like the Avengers. I'm looking forward to this. Sorry, in addition to everything else, we're also eating. Somebody brought some Indian food in the legendary Scott from Rough Trade, in fact. And
Name checks.
name checks. And a bit of a Johnny Nice vegetable samosa there. Excellent. Anyway, to the music. Anything you want to say about that? Say something, because I'm still eating.
Okay, you're digesting. It was just a surprise again. Every cut has this sort of little preface of strange kind of other kind of music, and then it drifts into very steady beat and a very nice singer. And she does she writes all the songs, and there's like 3 pages of drawings inside the record, and it's a bit of a surprise,
It certainly is, indeed it is. And you can't get me. Why is it that? How come is it, Scott? Are you prepared to speak? How come it is that Rough Trade don't import these things? Because it's not worth it. It's not worth it just bringing in the small number that would get sold.
Actually, a lot of the records that I do bring you, we do sell.
Yeah.
And,
But you don't bring me these, though.
Well, those are brand new. Most people send 1 or 2 of everything, and I try to get them to you first thing.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Yes, that's all right. Don't worry.
Defensive.
And-
Oh yes, okay. Yes, don't go.
I
on
think
the
the
defensive.
VAT is a big problem too. It keeps the records out of the market.
Okay.
You
So
know.
what have you got for us next then?
Okay,
A nice long one, I hope, so I can
yes, so you can eat.
Yeah.
Did you like the Johnny Darnell one I played before, which was the Latin Breakers and Johnny Darnell?
Yes, I did indeed. Yes,
So
that's
we've got
another
a-
one that I wanted to get. Actually.
Yeah, that's really doing well in the city.
Mm-hmm.
This is another Spanish band. Well, a little bit. Two of the people are Spanish, and this is a cut called Dame Amor, which I think means I need. And they sort of make a big deal out of it being bilingual. One side is in English and one side is in Spanish, and it's a little more formal, trying to enter the real rock dance market rather than sticking with the Latino market that already exists in the city. But I think it's very nice, so we should try it.
That's a 12-inch on Armband Records, and we're talking to Bob George, our man from New York. Well, I say we are. I'm talking to him. You're sitting at home, hopefully listening to some very good records as well. Every time, I say this every time, but each time we get you to come in and play records for us or send us a tape from New York, I say, this is the best lot he's ever sent, but this is the best lot you've ever played us, I think.
Probably. And let's keep at it.
Okay, well, you just keep talking.
This
Bob,
is, well, okay. Now you keep eating. And let's see, what do we have? Solidarity. Now, this is a strange name for a band, but they played support for the... you were saying that Paul Weller was doing an interview earlier. They played support for the Jam in '82 in California. It's a California band. They're from Long Beach, which is traditionally like all of this area near Los Angeles in the South is very usually hardcore music. And so this is a band with a Japanese person, 2 Spanish kids, and a regular Californian. And they put together this sort of set of very political songs, and they're getting a lot of airplay on some of the alternative stations. And this is called Disarm.
Expressions of fear and of hate are what's seen on a newborn's face. In a nuclear world, with the power to blow the world up in an hour. Tomorrow's girls and today's boys live life with nuclear toys. Toys not asked for, nor even needed. If these toys break, no life's completed. Take it away, all over Europe, they agree that the arms race is stupidity. Hey, hey, hey. Ours, and we should have a choice. We want to live and not to be destroyed. Hey, 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 hey.
That's Solidarity from California, and I know that you'd like to keep the programme moving right along here, Bob, but you're doing something quite interesting yourself. Actually, it is genuinely quite interesting. I mean, this is always like whenever people say this in interviews, if this is an interview, this is where he plugs the book, but there isn't, in fact, a book on this occasion. But what is it exactly that you're about to do? I mean, you'd like to become an international DJ.
Well, yeah, this is what I usually do, is try to pay for my expenses for making these elaborate, trips to England to bring you records. And so I do DJing in Amsterdam, and I'll also go to Paris this time. And hopefully that'll all pay for the trip. And then I'm off to Nigeria and quite a few countries actually in West Africa, and hope to pull together maybe a compilation record, but most assuredly some interviews for Downbeat magazine.
That's really good. And so how long is that going to take you? Is that going to take you the rest of the year? Or?
No, hopefully a month, or, between 1 month and 2 months I have free until August.
Oh, so then we can expect further reports from you later in the
Well,
year.
like I said, I hope to bring back a whole batch. I have to come back to London to go back to the States.
Well, when you come back, why don't you come through here and...
bring a pack of singles from Africa. It'd be really nice.
Yes, do that. Yeah, except they're all about 28 minutes long, so you have to devote a whole week. It's Bob George Week on Wonderful Radio 1. Okay, what's next then?
Well, we hope that we're going to hear a tape if it has been done correctly. And this is by Tirez, and you said you had played some music from them earlier on Object Records.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's basically someone named Michael Roos, who is also a classical composer, and he's someone who's very involved in the New York scene, and he has another group called Broken Consort, which does very minimal and serial type music, and he has that sort of lumped together with Rhys Chatham and Glenn Branca, who's going to be here actually I think next week, and he does this pop stuff as a part of Tirez, and he's consistently sent wonderful cassettes. And I've tried to play them before, but they've always been very long pieces, so this is something a little bit shorter and in a very pop mode, and very, very different from, I think, all the other music that we're going to play, and a little bit more like Scritti Politti. Very strange feel to it, and I really like it.
What's the name of the song?
We're going to hear Darkness, and can I make a dedication?
No, hold on, we started it.
Walking in the rain.
this time it's Bob who's scoffing, but what we were saying while that was going on, perhaps the disadvantage is with Tirez, they don't fit into any neat little area of music where people can say, hey, it's all right for me to like that, because that was unquestionably like a heavy metal guitar solo.
Right, it's very strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
And most of the cuts are like that they, you think they're one thing, and then they're really not. And Michael, I think, he only has a problem if you want him to be a successful pop star. He doesn't have a problem at all in terms of the music he writes. I think he does a very good job and does worthwhile work.
Yes, increasingly the balance seems to be in favour of somebody being a successful pop star rather than, so it's style, it's been said many times before, but style ahead of content, I think, at the moment. Which can be quite interesting, but eventually quite quickly becomes tedious, as I think it is doing. So what do we move on to next? Sorry, I was just rambling a bit. Sorry about that.
I was going to dedicate that to Mrs. Kimber, who stayed up very late in Sussex to listen to the show last Thursday, but it didn't come off.
That's right, thinking that you were going to be on that
That's
one.
right.
That's right. Yeah. Typical.
What are we going to play next? I don't know.
It's you to tell me.
The Wild Stairs. And this is called The Moon is Down. And another record where 4 cuts, they're all terrific. It's a Boston band.
Actually, to be honest with you, I've played this before as well.
Really?
Yes, because this is one of the very few bands. One of the it's what's the name of the label? One of the very few labels that
Propeller.
That's right. They send me their stuff because I wrote to them and said we actually had a sort of Propeller night because I forget how I got hold of about 3 or 4. Perhaps it was Scott who brought them. Anyway, some singles from them, and I played 3 or 4 of them and wrote and said how much I'd enjoyed them, and they've been sending me their stuff ever since, for which I'm grateful. What's this one though?
This is called The Moon is Down.
Sorry, tell us again who that one was.
Okay, that was The Wild Stairs and The Moon is Down. And again, all 4 cuts are quite good.
Keep going.
Propeller record.
This next one though is not a new record.
Right, I've taken a page out of your book. I've noticed how you craftily sneak in 1 or 2 very old records in order to fill time.
That's not a reason to fill time.
Okay. To put things in historical perspective, perhaps.
That's more like it.
Yes. And so this is something while rummaging through the bins in Kingston. This is called Version Girl by somebody called Boy Friday from 1970.
Okay.
Version with discretion from the top of this backing track. As Bunny the Argument would say, hit me back for days and extra days. Lawrence would say, ooh boo skaboo, Harry J. Young, gifted and black. It's weird sad. Alright, take 5. Yeah. Version girl,
oh you come and you go
like the morning sun.
Version girl,
so you have your fun.
and just like the morning sun. It's so hard to find a personality with the charms like yours.
Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. You always say bow wow wow wow.
Version girl,
What's your name? It's Mary Sue or Elaine.
Don't you know I want you so? It's so hard to find the personality that charms like yours for me.
Alright. Take me to the middle, take me to the middle, take me to the bridge, take me to the bridge, as James Brown would say. Alright? Bridge. Yeah.
I stood at the corner.
I waited until my shoes they got worn out.
Come along. So my heart would be
satisfied.
So
Chris Buzz would say Big Five. I feel like it tonight.
you're number one.
Yeah, you're so sexy. So nice. Make me feel alright. Oh, Virgin girl.
What's your name? How you come and you go. Virgin girl. What's your name? Just like the morning sun. It's so hard to find the personality with the charms like yours for me. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, Virgin girl.
My lady says starvation, it's in the nation. Alright. May tell us peeping Tom all about the farm. One little man again will see the hagger man is here. Woo boo skaboo, Larry to the side. Feel alright. Yeah, it's
Virgin girl. Oh, you come and you go. Virgin girl.
you like the morning sun, you come and you
Just
go.
like the morning sun. Oh, it's so hard to find the personality.
Virgin girl.
Borrowing generously in part there from a record which is one of my favourites by Don and Juan called What's Your Name, which ends up What's Your Name, then there's a pause and it goes Scooby-Doo-Wop-Doo-ah, or something like that. Anyway, that's a very fine record. I've not heard that before. From 1970, Boy Friday, and version Girl, the name of it. And before we get back to Bob George, I'm going to have to play, obviously it's a pleasure to play another track from our guests, The Farm, and it is particularly appropriate because I think I heard them say in the course of that something about all about the farm, so it seemed reasonable to do that now. This is Information Man.
He had it on the radio.
From the tropical paradise that is Formby, that's The Farm and Information Man. Another one from them coming up later in the programme. And what's this next one from you, Bob? You were saying?
Okay.
Bit of a curiosity, I think.
Yes, this is The Young and the Useless, a very aptly named young band from New York City, from a 7-inch EP called Real Men Don't Floss. And these are really young kids. I mean, the oldest one is...
great title.
Yes. Seem to be a lot of those kind of things going around the city. Anyway, these, like, the oldest kid is 17, and they're 12, 14, and 15. And I don't know, do you know what A7 is like, the hardcore place in New York City?
I've forgotten.
Well, basically, this room is bigger than the whole club. I mean, it's basically one small room, and the audience stands in the hallway. And it's quite a good place, and I saw them there, and they gave me this single. Anyway, what we're going to hear is a parody of almost everything that Young England holds sacred, and this is called Funky Music.
Great.
Do it now! Well, first there was changing come on. Your mother raised a race to a dime. It was tough cause she was copping Nathan's quarters and dimes. Anyway, she can you know. Said don't push me. I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. 1, 2, 3, back on it out. Dancing and singing, they're moving to the groove and the just one, it hit me. Play that fucking music, boy. Play that fucking music, boy. Lay down the boogie to play that fucking music till you. I'll do it. Check the show, what they are! Dancing and singing, they're moving to the groove and check my enemy. Somebody turn around, play that fucking music, boy. Play that fucking music, boy. Play that fucking music, boy. Lay down the boogie to play that fucking music to you.
That's The Young and the Useless from 7-inch EP, Real Men Don't Floss, which is my favourite EP title of the year so far, I must say. There's a lot of people who think, hey, come on, what is it? That's, a lot of bands will be thinking, oh, that's not at all funny, that.
What can we say?
Just pass on to the next record, I think, Bob.
Okay, this is something I must plead more ignorance than usual. This is the Production Club and the Cuts Excitement, and unfortunately I threw away all the packaging that it came with, and there's absolutely no information on the record at all, so I don't know where they're from or anything about them. I thought it was a nice record, and it's a little more English sounding, I think.
heart too soon and hatred all your energy wasted. And you have been put on, and you have been put on, and you have been put on. Here on for dance to find you when I feel so passion. And you have been put on, and you have been put on, you have been put on. Oh, this is exciting, too much to handle. This is exciting, more than you can handle. And you have been put on, you have been put on, you have been put on.
A little less enthusiastic about that one, I must say. It's it's all right. Production Club, the name of the ensemble, and that was what was the song called again?
Excitement.
Okay. Well, I think we've got time for just one. We've actually exceeded your, as always, but quite rightly so, though. I mean, you've actually gone on twice as long as we'd allotted for you, Bob, and that's without saying very much. Most of the talking's been done by me. But we've got time for one more. What's it to be?
It's to be Mofungo, which is a band we've played before. We played El Salvador, which is a very political thing before. Now, a very soft and romantic sort of song from Mofungo, and it's called Break.
When I talk, I avoid the feeling inside. Talk crowds my ears, so I can't hear the train rush through my brain. Can't explain, but it feels like an ocean. When I'm on the subway, all the people with me, and I overlap. We may not agree, but I know that we're all drops in the same ocean.
Certainly very different to El Salvador. That's Mofungo on ZOAR Records, is that how you say it, ZOAR?
Yes.
And from an LP called Out of Line, that was Break. Okay, well, that's your lot. Thanks very much, Bob, and
Thank
very
you.
grateful to you, as always, for coming in with these things. And there's some really good stuff in there, I thought. And I look forward to your return from Africa with some records for us from there.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Now it's time to, as it were, rejoin me in a sense. This is Xmal Deutschland and a new record from them, which is an old record. It's the disco mix of Qual, about which you probably read in the music papers, on 4AD. Xmal Deutschland, and that's the 12-inch on 4AD records of Qual. And just this very day, in fact, we've booked a new session with the band, which they're going to record, I think, sometime towards the end of June. And I look forward to that. Here's the Mad Professor from the African Connection, or Dub Me Crazy Part 3, Rebel Rock. On Ariwa Records, the Mad Professor, some of his work from the LP The African Connection, and that's called Rebel Rock. These are the Soft Boys. Now, the Soft Boys are a band, which that enjoyed a big cult following when they were, well, actually a small cult following when they were going, and I could never really come to terms with it. I must admit, I was always rather embarrassed by the fact that people wrote it and said, how come you never play anything by the Soft Boys? Well, this was one which had just been issued by Midnight Music. I'm not quite sure what date it originally came out. I'll have to have a look and see, I suppose. It was originally recorded in 1979, middle of 1979, summer thereof. And this is called He's a Reptile, and I do like this, I must say.
Here he comes, and there he goes. Got a brand new suit of clothes. Looks around and sniffs the air. He's moving in at just some peace. Everybody looks like the police. Feet of golden on his skin of fleece. Suck between his toes to ride. There's a reptile back in town. There's a reptile hanging round tonight. He's a reptile, never cries. He's a reptile, never dies. Here he comes, and there he goes. And when he's been, it hardly shows. He covers up so very well. But I can tell, see your baby shipping on the sand. How the hell did that guy get on dry land? Better bolt up both your baby's doors. She'll be dancing with him on all fours. He's a reptile back in town. He's a reptile hanging round tonight. Oh, he's a reptile, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's a reptile, watch him go tonight. He's a reptile, never tries. He's a reptile, never cries. He's a reptile of his town. He's a reptile hanging round tonight. Reptiles keep swinging. He's a reptile on his own. He's a reptile with a bone tonight. Ooh. He's a reptile, never tries. He's a reptile, never cries. He's a reptile, doesn't care. He's a reptile, is never there tonight. He's a reptile just for you. He's a reptile, and it's true tonight. He's a reptile, watch him.
It's a curious thing, that. I mean, reptile's perfectly amiable, I suppose, if you're a reptile fan, or even more so if you're another reptile. But it's one of those things which I always say to people with whom I'm displeased, to describe them as reptiles, which is perhaps a little unfair. That's the Soft Boys on Midnight Music, recorded in 1979. He's a reptile. And just talking to Huto of the Farm, and the last one from them coming up in just a moment. And they've got a gig on June the 6th, which is a Monday, at Keele University. And I've never seen them live, actually. I should like to, I must say. And they're going to be recording a session for Janice Long shortly as well. And I don't doubt in a couple of years' time there'll be lots of articles in the paper about how Janice Long discovered the Farm, this kind of stuff. You know how it goes. And I've forgotten to queue up another record, which is rather embarrassing. Oh no, it's not another record. I'll tell you what, we've got the Farm. What am I doing? Cracking up. This is No Man's Land.
Remember, boy, this is what life died. Everlasting millions for our country's pride. don't stop this rolling. Let's go on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And no man, and no man's land. I'm gonna say this is no stop this rolling. Let's go on, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm gonna say this is no stop this rolling. Let's go on, let's go, let's go, let's go.
No Man's Land, and that's the last from the farm, and I look forward to hearing that session that they do for Janice Long. And on tomorrow night's programme, incidentally, got sessions from Brigandage and Basking Sharks, and a lot of people have written to me and said, "Hey John, what's on Mailbag?"
My name's Bailey, David Bailey, the photographer. I'll be joining Annie Nightingale on Radio 1 Mailbag this week. I'll be giving Annie some tips about photography, how to get the best out of your box camera, how to take pictures rather than snaps, how to photograph beautiful models. So if you want to improve your technique, join me with Annie Nightingale on Mailbag.
I'm in the unfortunate position, of course, of being one of those people who actually prefers to take snaps, but I suppose that's intended for me. Here are the three Johns from a 12-inch on CNT Productions. This is called Men Like Monkeys. You may recall this from their fairly recent session for the programme.
Come with us now back to the land before time began. When rock and roll was just a sound bubbling underground, When rock and mountains, fish and legs, chicken pox and devil's eggs.
I thought Paul was the 8th man. Boy, am I confused. Those are the 3 Johns, and that's from a 12-inch EP called Men Like Monkeys, the title track. And to end tonight's programme, we've got King Sunny Day and another track from that import LP, Adieu, which is excellent stuff, actually. I think I've played you all of it. Now, no, I haven't. I've played all of the tracks on one side, and this is called Bayo Bayo. That's King's Sunnier Day, ending tonight's programme from the LP Adieu, Bayo Bayo, the title of that, pretty much. And tonight you heard a session from The Farm and Bob George reporting on recent American records. And one old Jamaican record, actually, to be absolutely accurate. Tomorrow night, as I mentioned earlier, Brigandage and Basking Sharks. And if you want to go on listening to your radio, I think it's tonight anyway, after the news, Peter Clayton does a spot of record reviewing on Radio 2, and he usually plays some very interesting stuff, at least he has done on the occasions when I've caught it. As I say, I think it's tonight, but I'm not guaranteeing it. Coming up in 15 seconds, the Midnight News Summary. Thanks very much for listening to tonight's programme, and good night.